But because they don't truly trust being vulnerable, opening up to their partner at that level and letting themselves be known in that raw, honest way creates a closeness that was never accessible through acting out. They'll come in and they'll talk to me about it. They'll tell me what's going on. And I'll say, have you had this discussion with your spouse? And they'll say, this, what I'm telling you? Yeah. Yeah. Have you shared that with your spouse? No. Why would I do that? Well, because your spouse wants you to be vulnerable about this. And often they leave the session, they come back, and they usually say something to the effect of, well, sex worked that night and it worked really well. Not because they fixed something, but because they finally felt safe. They allowed themselves to truly be vulnerable. And that resulted in feeling very connected. They're no longer reenacting trauma. They're participating in intimacy. Another example of this arena of discomfort with the self is sitting with grief. Grief is one of the most uncomfortable internal experiences human beings can have. It feels like an undoing or a falling apart. We hear people in grief say things like, if I start crying, I'll never stop. If I let myself feel this, I'll drown with everything that comes with this. Or if I acknowledge how much this hurt me, it will destroy me. So we avoid grief, but avoidance doesn't stop the grief. It just stores it. And stored grief becomes anxiety, irritability, depression, or emotional shutdown. It's waiting for us to open back up the grief that we've been avoiding. Another example in this arena is naming needs and wants. This one comes up in codependency work. People say, I don't know what I need. They might say, I know what I need, but I don't like saying it. Or they may say, asking for something feels needy. Now, if they're saying this to me, I usually ask, why does that feel needy? Why can't you say it? I know it's because their adaptive child was punished, shamed, or ignored when they had needs. So the comfortable thing is staying silent, being strong, pretending that we're fine, and maybe using anger and resentment instead of vulnerability. The uncomfortable thing in this arena is always simply telling the truth. We say, I'm hurting, I'm scared, I'm overwhelmed, I need support, and I wasn't okay with that. The meaning of this arena is that avoiding discomfort with ourselves keeps us stuck in old identity patterns, in emotional immaturity, in unprocessed grief, and in old survival strategies with unmet needs. Facing ourselves with honesty is uncomfortable, but avoiding ourselves is unbearable. And this discomfort paradox is where real transformation begins.